Hello, I'm Microsoft MVP Tom Morgan. We're all working at home more. What does that mean? How are we supposed to be feeling? How are we supposed to be coping? What works? What doesn't work? Do we have tips? Do we have tricks? I have lots of questions. I have lots of thoughts and feelings about this. But I wanted to talk to someone else who I know is doing this as well and is doing it with a small child. And I figured we would all benefit from kind of her wisdom as well. So I'm going to try and get Lyndsay on the call as well, and we'll just kind of talk about stuff because I think it would help. I think it'd be good. Hi.
Hello.
Hey. So, for anyone who doesn't know you, you're Lyndsay.
I am.
What do you do at Modality?
What do I do at Modality? There's a question. I do lots of things.
You're a fixer. You're an enabler, aren't you? You're a good person.
Yes. I'm a herder of cats. Yes. Yeah. So I work primarily with the solutions team around our software products, sort of customer success wise, and just making sure that all our trials and our sales get up and running smoothly, and that customers want to keep buying our products, basically.
So I want to talk to you about this whole working from home thing because I know you have a small person in your house.
I do.
You do this because you always come across incredibly professional, and like there seems to be no difference to like you 6 months ago and you today. Whereas I feel like I'm struggling, and so I need help. There's like a complete ulterior motive to this, but also like weirdly, actually tinged with quite a lot of guilt. Like I have quite a lot of guilt in even setting up this call because I feel like we're both very lucky to have jobs at all right now, and also to be working for an employer that gets remote working. And I know lots of people don't, and they're being forced into offices, which seems ridiculous, but there we go. But also, actually, I'm lucky in having a space, a room, like albeit it's an empty room at the moment, with a ginormous crack in the wall, which hopefully won't get any worse. But I have a space to call my own and work in, and I know that lots of people don't have that. So I have quite a lot of guilt and even feeling like I can't go with this, but there we go.
Well, I mean, there's a lot wrapped up in it, isn't there? I do, if anyone is having their first working from home experience during lockdown with small children or trying to homeschool older children, I really feel for them. And I kind of want to wrap my arms around them and say, this isn't real working from home.
No, it's not really the normal. It's not the thing we keep telling people is really good, right? This is completely different. Yeah.
It's not remote working in lockdown the same. It's not the same at all. There's a lot more layers of complexity and stress, and you sort of I certainly find myself flipping from I can be on a call like this, for example, or a customer call where I'm being really or trying to be really professional and sound like I know what I'm talking about, and then within a 5-minute window I'm reading the Gruffalo and trying to not get yogurt everywhere. So, and there's that sort of continual context switching is really hard, and it's all day as well, isn't it? Do you remember life before children, when you used to sort of roll out of bed at like 5 to 9 maybe on a working from home day and go, oh, and then start. It's 5:30, 6 for us, and it's go right up until bedtime. And then I go, that was a lot of work and childcare all at the same time. So I do, for anyone who's like first dipping their toes into working from home with children during lockdown is not a fair example. I think it's safe to say.
I think there's a lot of trying to pretend things are normal as well, especially maybe more so for us because we're supposed to be like the experts in use. Well, we are the experts in use. Right? Yeah. Individually, we're supposed to be the experts in all this stuff, right? We're supposed to show how it's done. But actually, I think the reality is it's as messy for us as for anyone else, and so it's okay sometimes to be a bit like, we are like to this. It's like it's that sort of swan thing, and underneath it's all like
absolutely. I've definitely found a lot of value in just being really upfront and sort of saying. So I have a bit of a situation whenever, so baby's taking, well, baby, he's nearly 1, so he has 2 naps a day, right? So the spare room, which is where my sort of office setup is upstairs, pretty much right next to his bedroom, and I have the noise cancelling headphones, and I gather I'm fairly loud.
So this,
when
I
I'm on
keep
a
hearing
call.
this. I get shouted at as well. It's the noise cancelling. It forces you to shout. It's, yeah,
Because
yeah,
you can't hear
we should
yourself.
turn it all off
So
when we're at home. Yeah,
so obviously when I have calls, there's the danger of waking the baby up from a nap, which you never want to do. So to just avoid doing that, I end up taking all my calls downstairs on the dining room table, where I'm down to like one screen, which is not ideal. I've got my back to a window, which is definitely not ideal, but it sort of needs must really. And so sometimes it means that while I'm on an actual call taking place, I have to go, sorry, 1 second, I've just got to relocate to another area of my house, and people get a sort of tour of like my stairs and my living room as I sort of relocate myself to a place where I'm not going to be noisy and stop the nap happening. But I just have to sort of say, sorry, give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back with you. And people are usually pretty understanding. Yeah,
definitely, I think so.
I got
think
caught.
that's much better than trying to pretend everything is like completely normal, and it's almost like you've got to pretend you're in an office. You know what I mean? Like
especially with all the blurred backgrounds where you can actually look like you're in an office. But I did get caught short on a customer call the other day, where I thought I wasn't going to be called upon to contribute much, so I sort of did a danger stay upstairs move on this call, and then obviously got asked about 600 questions. And I had to whisper. Yeah, I had to whisper. I was like, I'm really sorry guys, the baby's asleep, so I've got to whisper. But they're all good natured, and they're all human, they've all been there, so they were quite good about it. But it made them start whispering as well, which is brilliant. You don't need to whisper, it's just me. Baby can't hear you. But yeah, it's I think as well, like the guilt that you were talking about, I definitely feel that. I think working from home with kids around, I mean, being at work anyway, there's always this wrestle, right, between I should be spending time with family, but I've got so much work to do. Like I think that's just the nature of work. You can't win, can you, one way or the other? You're thinking, I've got all this work to do, but family. And I think having the kids at home and the family at home just forces that upon you every minute of every day.
It's so much more of an obvious choice, isn't it?
Yeah. Whereas
you're literally choosing between being in front of a computer and being in front of a child, and it's
and so that's quite stressful, having that like continually nagging away at you. Whereas under normal circumstances, if you were in the office, obviously your family's not there, so you sort of, and there's an expectation that you're not around as well. Whereas or if you're working from home but childcare is normal and the children are not in the house, then again you don't have that sort of nagging emotional sort of backdrop to your whole working day as well, which I find that bit quite stressful when I remember it.
It's the thing definitely all of that, definitely. But I find moving between the two states as well, between work and home, I find quite hard at the moment. So when I go into the office, it's only like a 10-minute drive, but that transition time is like really amazing. And I've noticed that I'm really bad. If I go from working, which I do quite a lot now, like I'm on calls, like schedule my calendar, so I try and finish at 5. So at 5 I can go downstairs, I can go and kind of take over, like obviously my wife's been looking after all day, and it's like fine. But then like I'm a zombie for the next hour and a half because I can't. It's so weird. Whereas if I can get 10 minutes before to just go and do nothing, I'm fine. Like
I'm worse. So like you say, that when the commute is just down the stairs, I leave my brain in the office, and it takes me a good half hour or so to realise that like, oh, I've been sitting here with my son for like half an hour, but actually we've just been watching telly, and I've been thinking, I didn't get that done, and I meant to email that person, and I wonder if I could just send a quick message to so and so about that thing that we talked about the other day, and I've not really been present. So I've made a sort of vague commitment to myself to go back to trying a bit of meditation, maybe, because that's all about, or mindfulness really, because that's all about being present, isn't it? And the present moment being the most important one. And I did find that useful when I was doing it when I have done it previously. But again, there's the guilt there to even take the time to do that, isn't there? Because that's not work or family, that's like time for yourself. Yes. And you know what? You're not allowed to have that.
Yeah, definitely. So, I'm trying to do something similar, but like with exercise. Because that's the other thing I've noticed. It's so easy to do now is literally no exercise at all, because there's not even a commute exercise. You can't even say that, like, you know, walking a bit from work, or even just like from the car park to the office. Like,
there's none of that.
And so it's very easy to do absolutely none at all. Which I'd forgotten that it was the thing for me, but like, if I do it, I get like back pain. So I've been through that like in the last couple of weeks, and it's just reminding yourself, like, you do need to actually exercise a bit. I wouldn't claim to be any kind of exercise person, but like...
Well, I've been doing, only because of lockdown and because nothing else was available, I started doing couch to 5k. And I was messaging some of my friends about it who also have kids the other day, and they were like, oh, I wish I could get out for a run, that would be some nice time to myself. And I sort of thought, well, yeah, but I mean, I'm not an exercise person really, and I don't really enjoy running. I only do it so that I don't like get huge, because I'm eating a lot of biscuits right now. So I don't even really consider, even when I'm doing that, I'm thinking, oh, I need to phone the doctors about my son's, next appointment, or I've got this to do at work today. So even that I find difficult to switch off from.
I tried the zombie running app, which is actually really good at the moment, because if you see people, you're like, zombies, like run away from them. So it's actually quite good.
Oh, I'll have to give that a go. Although it make me run faster.
Socially distant zombie runs. It's pretty good. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm really surprised to hear that you think I come across really professional, because I feel like this is like the least professional I've ever come across in the whole of my career. So it's good to hear that I've got some sort of veneer going on.
That's probably true of lots of people though as well. Like, you always think it's worse than it is as well. Like, you know what I mean? You think like you have to interrupt a meeting, or you're late to a meeting. Like, I was late to in-person meetings all the time because of like traffic or like there's a million excuses. It's okay to have some other excuses that are not traffic, and I think, but
I do think we're really lucky where we work. Particularly, I think of the other jobs that I've worked. I had jobs before. Shh, don't tell anyone. I think of some of the other places I've worked, and I'm not sure, obviously because of what we do, and this is the industry we're in, right? There's a sort of general understanding between everyone that the home being the office is a unique situation, and then add lockdown into it and you get a whole mess.
I will say Microsoft are doing like a leading from the front on this, actually. Like they I don't know, no idea if they've had any kind of internal comms about it. I guess so, but like they're very accepting. Like, there's children all over the place on Microsoft calls, and it's fine. And so I think they're setting a really good example on that.
Yeah, definitely. My son has made guest appearances on many a call by now.
Yes, same.
He likes to try and eat my headset, which is...
She called my my boss, Nick. She called him Grandpa the other day, the first time she saw him, which made me happy, Nick, let's say. So, yeah.
Oh dear, that's funny.
You can talk to him about that next time we talk to him.
Yeah, I will.
Yes.
Hello, Grandpa. Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, well, luckily my little boy can't quite speak yet. Don't know what he'd say.
Wait for that. Yeah.
Mummy, you're on that laptop again.
That's the other problem. Like, I don't know. There's much less separation, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, previously, I don't think my daughter would have had much concept. Like, she knows I go to work and I come back from work, but now it's very much like Daddy is working upstairs and Daddy has headphones, and that means he's working. And like, I don't know if that's good or bad. It just is. I think it's
just the way that she'll grow up, isn't it? Whereas I think I sort of feel bad that like my friends who have kids that are a bit older, obviously the kids then have a concept of there is work happening and that's necessary, whereas for a 1-year-old he's just a bit like, well, I need all the attention, and why aren't you giving it to me? And I don't understand, and therefore I'm going to cry. So that's a little bit of a tough one, especially if there's like, if he's woken up from a nap, so there needs to be a swap back in terms of house location.
Oh yeah, I tried to do that as well. You try to do it without being noticed, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work, and then you leave the room and then cry, and you think, oh God, I've got to go to this meeting right now, and I really want to give them a hug and make sure they're all right, but works. Yeah, so there's just tension all over the place, I think, and it is, and you don't get to really relax until they've gone to bed, which is a good like 12-hour, 13-hour stint, just like go, one thing to the next, context switching, stress, and then I don't know about you, but I watch telly and then go to bed. And do it all over again the next day.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm not, baking cakes or doing
No,
tapestries.
No, I haven't learned any new skills. I haven't improved my fitness. I haven't done all the things you're supposed to do. So no.
Yeah.
But surviving. Yes. Oh, this has been really useful. Thank you. I'm glad it's not just me. And
it's not just you. But yeah, I think honest conversations like this are useful, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think
especially because some days are better than others, right? Like Tom, the other Tom, or one of the other Toms, he was, saying the other day, he just disappeared off of a call, didn't he? For
oh yes, yeah.
It's because I think his little boy was poorly, so and obviously everyone understands that. So it's just today's a bad day. Okay, I'll save all these questions that I have for you until tomorrow.
That's it, isn't it? Like it's okay to have a bad day, I think is the good takeaway from this. Yeah. Oh, it's been really useful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Good. All right. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.